Howdy folks, Dave Yauk here. I've got a 4-year-old Sven. He's tacked up already. I tacked him at Liberty. He still doesn't have anything on his head. He's a good boy. What I didn't get recorded was I picked his feet once he was tacked, and he kept wanting to go down on his front legs, kind of defending himself. And he had a tendency when I picked up his right rear to want to walk off. I'll try and record that yesterday and what I do about it. So we got that going for us. So I haven't worked him at all with the lariat or sending him around in the round pen. I just brushed him off, got him all cleaned up, and tacked him up. So you're going to see today I'm going to walk, trot, canter him. I need him to canter because I want to make sure he doesn't buck or hunch up. And if he does, I want to have words with him about that and explain that's not what I'm looking for. Today I've got my Bluetooth headset on to record. The audio yesterday wasn't very good from the phone. The problem is Bluetooth audio has a 30-foot distance, and I'm concerned that if I'm like where he is standing right now, it'll actually disconnect the Bluetooth. But that's all I can do. Unless I can come up with some other audio solution, that's what I got. And we got a little wind out here, so you might get a little bit of that action too. So, hope you enjoy this. I'm doing this mostly so the owner can see how things are going. She enjoys watching her horse work. This is today is Tuesday. He came here on Sunday. I worked a couple hours with him with the owner here, mostly with her working with him. Then yesterday I tacked him up for the first time and have video part 1 and part 2 of that from yesterday posted. So today's day 3 of training. And he's being restarted because he was a tad bit spooky about a lot of things, and he was green broke. And Mom was riding him at home when things happened around the neighbor's place with lawnmowers and kids and stuff. And he kind of jumped a lot, and she fell off. That was last October-ish. This is late March. He hadn't been ridden since, and he was green broke then. So I'm more or less restarting him and trying to raise his emotional IQ. He was pretty darn spooky when he got here, so I worked pretty hard to change that, just as I'm working with him. A long story there, but anyhow. So here we go. I'm going to go say hi to him before I push him around a little bit, or give him cues and ask him to do things for me. Yes. And we already got flies. It warmed up really nice today. Saddle's a little loose. We'll go ahead and check that under there. Tighten that up one hole. He's asking me, what's going on? Why are you messing with me? I was over here sleeping. I know you were. You're so good boy. You can come with me or stay there. Your choice. Now, see, I waited right there. My wait was for him to make a decision. We all learn when we make decisions and then receive feedback from our decisions. This is my giving him feedback about his decision to come with me. So I looked back at him to invite him, but then I let him make that decision. Sometimes you got to give horses a little time to think it through and go, what do I want to do right here? And see if they'll ask the question, what does he want me to do? You know, our job is to try to get them out of their heads and into ours. Asking the question, what does my master want me to be doing right now? Decision maker, doer. That's kind of how the roles are at first, till they earn something greater in the partnership. Good boy, good boy. I guess before we get going, I might as well just rub this all over him. I did yesterday, and he's doesn't have a problem with it. But since I'm going to be using it to cue him, I always want to make sure that he's not afraid of my tools. And I slapped it pretty hard on there, and he kind of jumped a little bit. I don't blame him for that. And he's kind of mostly taking the attitude of, man, you are obnoxious, dude. I don't deserve this. That's fair. You do this to me, I'm going to go, hey, I don't really appreciate that. So that's a good boy. Yeah, so good boy. Come on, Sven. Get myself organized here. Yeah, that's pretty disorganized. This is all disorganized. Good boy. Good boy. One of the most important things you can do with any individual when you're trying to socialize them or change the way they're behaving and feeling is just give them feedback, positive and negative feedback. When they're doing right things, tell them so. When they're not quite doing what you want, tell them that. Not that hard. We just have to stay with it. We can't let them change our mind. Unless they're Mustang, and then you learn negotiation skills. Good boy. Good boy. So he did what he wanted. He took a step. I tell him he's a good boy. Repeat. Add energy. Off he goes. Good. I want him to go to the left, so I'm going to pick up the right hand. He turned the wrong way because he wasn't paying attention, so I'm going to ask him to go left still. I just want to walk. As a horse speeds up, their feelings rise and anxiety builds the faster they go. So, and how can you learn if you're full of anxiety? None of us can. So the idea is to get the emotions down as much as we can when we're teaching. The last thing I do is add speed. I actually there's a 4-tier hierarchy, and he keeps turning right. And step 1 is get what you want. Step 2 is get it bigger. Step 3 is get it softly. And step 4 is add speed. There we go. I like that he's walking very nice. I'm not going to do this for a real long time. I took half a step away to reward him and acknowledge his willingness. I'm going to go ahead and let him. I guess it was just gas. He wants to come in. I don't blame him for that. That's a good thing. But I also want him to develop some security from within. He's a little clingy and he's insecure, and he's trying to find the security from within me, which is good. I want him reaching back for that. But I also need him to find it from within, out there by himself. So when he asks, may I come in, please? My answer is not right now. So I just want him to comply with my request. Go consistently around to the right at a walk. Go consistently left around at the walk. He learns every time we ask for a change. If he's just going around in circles making no changes, he's not having to make any decisions vis-a-vis your request, and he's not learning anything. So to send him around and around and around is a waste of both of our times. Good boy! He's letting out some anxiety, so I want that to happen, so I'm going to tell him. Can't come in yet, sorry. Good boy. Good boy. And turn. Hello? Pay attention. Thank you. I'm going to take half a step away here to tell him I liked what he did. Nice and slow and casual and relaxed. Walking very nicely. Kind of wants to always come in. I just give him the feedback, then tell him to turn. Go the other way. He's doing great. Good job, Sven. Good. 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 Nope, sorry. Nope, don't come in. Good job right there. Turn and go the other way. Good job. There you go. And we'll let that happen. Okay. Off you go. So during warm-up, I want everything nice walk. I want to get his brain cooking, present him with some problems, let him make decisions, get his feedback, and solve the problem. Nope, 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 nope. There you go. I mentioned in the video yesterday, he gets a little confused with this because his original training was assertive, lots of movement, turn quickly with energy at the canter. He was kind of reactive about it, not responsive. And mom, and the turns were away from the trainer. And when mom would work with him, he was always constantly running. And so what she did was turned his turns away into turns into her, which is a great idea to slow him down. The only thing wrong with that is if he does choose to buck and you ask him for a turn into you, it kind of sucks to have a bucking horse come at you. So I ask horses to turn away so that if they start bucking, I ask them to turn, and as they turn away from me into the panel, they stop bucking. I drop all my energy, and when they come out of it, they can choose to buck more or not. If they choose to buck more, I'm going to turn them the other direction again. I'm going to keep turning them left and right till they stop bucking. If they come out of the turn with no bucking, they find a very peaceful individual in the center of the round pen, usually running backwards away from them. So he's doing perfect. So I'm going to ask for the next beat. Trot. And I'll do a couple turns here. The real objective of doing this is really to ask for the canter to make sure he doesn't get hunchy and bucky. It's kind of like an interview. How are you feeling today? There you go. Good boy. Good boy. He's rushing this, so he's got a lot of anxiety. Turn. Good. Easy. And trot. Good. So he's rushing this. Yesterday, he rushed his transitions into canters really bad, and he was bucking a bit the first few times. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask for his right lead. And that's not bucking. That's just attitude. I'm going to tell him he did a really good job right there. He didn't rush into it so bad. This is when learning takes place right now. Not while he's doing, when you quit. No. Good. So he's correcting me right here. He's asking me to stop this. He doesn't want to do this. Partly because it makes him feel anxious, and the feelings suck to feel anxiety. So I want to get that out of him. And this is part of it. To show him, hey, be careful with that. Careful. I don't mind the lips. I will object to the teeth. Yes, so all this bumping and touching is his communication. He's kind of pleading with me. So I'm helping him understand I hear him. He's kind of grooming me too. Very. Okay, that right there was a handshake. He actually asked to shake my hand. And I want that. That helps his anxiety greatly and helps him understand our relationship. I just need you to perform when I ask, please. Just comply. With pleasure. Okay, that's good enough. I think he learned what I wanted him to learn out of that. Good boy. Yes. Okay, we can come back to the middle. So we got the right lead canter. He kind of ran into it a bit, but then simmered down very nicely. And so because he simmered down so quickly, I immediately gave him a release so he could learn from that great transition. Not a good transition, but not even a great. But anyhow, because he did good. Much better than yesterday. There you go. Good job. Good boy. Okay, so we'll be doing a left canter lead. I'll turn him a couple times at the trot again, just as warm-up. Trot. Good job. Keep it going. And turn. Good job. Good, nice and soft. I'm going to ask for the trot again. Okay, he's feeling a little better. Nope, 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 nope. See those original thoughts? Those are not what I'm looking for. No original thoughts. He asks a lot of questions. Do I have to do this? The answer is yes, you do. Not that way. Nope. Trot. Now turn. Now turn. Hey. There you go. Easy. Easy. Okay, left lead canter. Yes. Beautiful. So much better compared to yesterday. Oh my goodness. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. Very nice. Excellent. So much better. So he learned a lot yesterday. That's nice. Good difference. Well, I think it's time to do what this is all about and get on this horse. Good job. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Yes. Okay, honey, let's get a bridle on. I guess I should break this up into a couple of parts so they're not each too long. Tighten that up one hole. Secure these. Oh, I forgot to ask the owner if I had taught him. I had a couple sessions with her last year after he came home from the trainer. She was pretty worried about riding him, so I had some sessions with him. He was pretty full of himself when he went home to her house after the trainer. And I don't remember whether I taught him the pick-me-up cue or the trainer that broke him did. But he definitely knows it, and it feels like mine because the cues worked. So I'll show you that today. He's really good at it. I'm very proud of him for that, too. Excuse you. Excuse you. There we go. There, that's the position. That's the... Yes. Okay. And I've got the bridle a little loose. Usually on the young'uns I like to have it a little tight, but I don't know, just something tells me he doesn't need that. I'd rather have it too loose than too tight. So we've got that. Okay, I'll go ahead and push pause on this recording and get part 2 cooking. You're okay. I'll be right back. Hopefully this audio is better than yesterday.